Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Katie Snow, and today we have a fun treat. It's a throwback recipe from years ago when we had our health food store, Pure Foods, in Lake Charles. And we made this salad almost on a daily basis, and it is called Kale Beet Salad. So it is super packed with nutrient-dense items. We have beets, we have carrots, we have garlic, we have kale, and it's a delicious recipe and it's super easy to make. So I'm going to go ahead and get started by showing you the ingredients that's involved. So over here, the liquids that we'll be using, we'll be using avocado oil. And so I've gotten this big container. This is from Chosen Foods, and I picked this up at Costco, but you can find this at our local Kroger's or your local grocery store. And then we have a gluten-free tamari sauce. So it's an organic tamari sauce, and tamari sauce is typically gluten-free. And then we're going to have the juice of 2 lemons. So I have 2 lemons cut, ready to go. And then for the main part of the vegetable, we are using curly kale. So this came out of my garden. I picked this morning, and I picked about 12 stalks like this. I'm going to show you how I break them down just to make this a lot simpler. We're going to use 2 organic carrots. So I went ahead and peeled these, and they're prepped and ready. And then I have 1 beet that I cut into quarters. So that is ready to go. And then we have about 6 to 8 cloves of organic garlic. And then I cut, this was probably about 6 scallions, so green onions that I cut, and we'll throw those in as well. And I just want to show you, of course, it's nice to have kale like this. We don't have it year round. I'd love it if we did. But if you want to make this recipe and it's not season, where you have kale in your garden, you can always find this in the grocery store. So it's a container, and this is approximately how much you would need for the recipe, but it's a container of organic baby kale. And so the nice thing about this is, being baby kale, the stems aren't super thick, so you could just toss this in and it's ready to go. You're not having to do the part on the larger kellies where you're having to break the stem off. So this is just another option if you don't have this readily available in your garden. And I do just want to share some of the important benefits of the kale and the beets. So it's so important to get these dark, rich, leafy greens in your diet. They're full of indoles, and so these are properties that our body can create enzymes to help us fight off diseases like cancer. And so I know this isn't maybe something that you've liked if you tried it before, but give it a few tries before neglecting to put this in your diet, because kale is one of those just superfoods. So getting this into your diet is super important. And the same thing with the beets. So getting beets into your diet, this is a detoxifier. I mean, this is allowing your body to detoxify from heavy metals and hormones. And so beets are just, they're beautiful. Once you've tried them a few times, they are very tasty. They also come in a golden color. I like golden beets a lot as well. But you can use the tops as well. And so even chopping up these tops and putting them in a salad would be delicious. They don't always look this beautiful in the grocery store, but if you get them out of your garden, they are nice like this, and they have a really nice flavor. So you can actually add this to this recipe as well. And just another little note, if you're not getting beets into your diet, they're just really important detoxifiers for the body. We do have a product called Beet Power. Not putting this in this recipe, but I just want to show you guys another way to get beets into your diet. We eat lots of beets. I mean, it's a common thing for us to have beets in some recipe that we're making every day. But if you're not getting them into your diet, it's so important to give your body the important detoxification properties that beets have. And so doing a dose of this daily will allow you to do that. It also, it's a great pre-workout. So taking a shot of this gives you a boost of energy. It's great for blood pressure. We've had lots of patients able to lower their blood pressure by taking in the Beet Power on a daily basis, in addition to getting beets into your diet. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, this is a super easy recipe. we've enjoyed it for years with our family, making this and then sharing it with other people. So I do have the kale pre-done, but I just want to show you when you take the stalk of kale, this little stem, it's just super thick on a full head of kale. So whenever you get in the grocery store a bag of kale, it usually comes about 10 or 12 stalks that are all put together with a rubber band. And so I like using these. So what I'm going to do, and what I've done with what I've already processed, is I take and just peel the leaves off, and I save the stem, and I throw this with water into my blender. So we do have a video on getting more vegetables into your diet. So if you want to see how I made a simple kale smoothie, and you can use these stalks whenever you're making this recipe, check that video out. But after I pull it off the stem, I just tear it with my hands. So it's super easy to make. So that's how I've done this. And then go ahead and peel this one. And that way it's not super hard to chew. So you got it in these bite-sized pieces. So right here, this is one large bunch of kale that I picked out of my garden. But if you buy it in the store, the full-size kale, it's about one large bunch. So that's what we're going to use for the base of this recipe. And again, if you don't have this in your garden and you can't find a large bunch in the store in the produce section, in the salad green section, you can find containers like this of baby kale. All right, and so I'm going to use this one kitchen appliance in this recipe, and I love it. It's a Cuisinart grater, and it's really easy because it locks onto your countertop, and that way it's just easy. You're not having to play slip and slide with placing things in and then trying to grate them. So we'll do the beets first. And again, I've already just taken one medium to small beet and I cut it into quarters. And we're gonna grate it and then just place it right back in the bowl. And the other thing I like about this grater is the size of the beets whenever they come out. They're a nice size and a pretty shape. Piece. Beautiful beets. Okay, so we are done with that. I'm going to go ahead and add the beets into our kale mixture. Just place them on top. And if you're looking for presentation, if you're making this earlier in the day, I just put the kale and the carrots on top in the center. Show you that part when you get the carrots done. So I have 2 peeled carrots that I'm shredding right now. And I picked up this Cuisinart grater at Bed Bath & Beyond. So if anyone's looking for where to purchase this Cuisinart grater. And so just kind of spread the beets out and then add the carrots on top. And see, it's just a pretty presentation. I'll leave it like this till just before serving, and then I'll add the liquids in and mix it up. So next we have the garlic. So I'm just going to use a garlic press. And again, this you can add as much garlic as you like. Sometimes I'll put as many as 15 cloves in this recipe. It just makes it more spicy. And I love the flavor that the garlic gives. And again, the health benefits of garlic go on and on and on. So we love getting garlic into our diet. And I always say a little tidbit about the importance of getting organic in our diet as much as possible. So, the kale that you can purchase at the store, organic, in your garden, preparing it and it's organic. we are as healthy as the foods that we consume, and if we get more organic foods that are cleaner, our body operates better. So very important that as many ingredients as we can get organic, that we get them organic. All right, and then we'll go ahead and sprinkle the green onions in. All right, and then the last thing is the liquids. And so this is super easy to remember on this recipe. Is I'll get a 1 cup measuring cup, and it's a third, a third, and a third. So it just makes it super easy to remember. So we'll go ahead and get the lemons first, and it's about the juice of 2 lemons, but I'll just measure. So I may just, end up using 2, sometimes 3, depending on the size of the lemon. So I'm going for about a third of the cup of, almost there. So I'm going to use about 3 halves. All right. And then, so I have a third of the lemon juice, and then I'm going to go up to 2/3 with the tamari. Perfect. And then the last ingredient is the avocado oil, and we're going to go up all the way to the 1 cup. So that is our liquids. And so what I'll do if I'm bringing this to someone's house, and I want to make sure that it stays nice and fresh, because once you put this liquid into the salad and kind of massage it in, you're done. However, it starts breaking down the sea salt, or the natural saltiness that's in the tamari will actually start breaking down the kale leaves. So it's about 30 minutes after you put the liquid onto the salad that it's the best to eat. So what I'll typically do if I'm bringing this to someone's house is I'll put this into a mason jar and put a top on it, and I just set it down into the salad, put a cover on it, and then when I get there, all I have to do is put the dressing on, mix it a little bit, and voila, it's ready to go. So hope you enjoyed this recipe. It was fun to make and fun to share a fun throwback recipe that we've made for years with our family. It's delicious. We make this salad, probably at least once or twice a month, and we enjoy it for all the health benefits and the wonderful taste. So I hope you enjoyed learning about this recipe today, and if you would like this recipe, and subscribe to our channel so you get to see more recipes like this. And if you're interested in picking up a bottle of the Red Beet Power, I'll put the link below for our website to pick up a bottle of this. It's wonderful, again, for so many purposes, so many benefits. And if you're dealing with a health concern that you think we can help you with at our office, we'd love to do that. Just give us our office a call at 337-478-1313. And here's to transforming your health naturally. I'm Dr. Katie Snow. See you next time. Bye-bye.